Over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files.
几天前，7月16号，川普总统向全国发表了一篇重要讲话，公布了一批解密情报文件，揭示中共多年来干预美国选举的具体行动，包括窃取2亿2千万份美国选民资料，资助负面报道川普的记者，试图通过大公司和商界领袖来影响美国政治。很多观众对这篇讲话都有不同的感受，而我的感受是，6年前我就听到这些了。川普发表讲话的第2天，我收到了一位西人观众朋友的短信留言，他说6年前他看过我做的一个采访，因为那时我和方伟做了一个英文频道，他说那是他看过的所有关于美国大选和中共干扰报道里面，比他看到的所有的其他频道加起来的还要好，让他印象非常深刻。所以川普讲话一出来，他第一个想到的就是我这个采访。就是这条留言让我决定今天重新把这个采访发布出来。那是在2020年那场充满争议的美国大选之后，我采访了一位自称红三代的男士，他的英文名字叫 Venice， 中文名叫伊启威。他的祖父曾经为中共建政出力，父亲曾经担任广东银行的副行长，他自己则从小在体制内的环境下成长，也接受了西方教育。后来家里出了事，他逃到美国，先后就读于斯坦福大学等学校。当时伊启威决定站出来，是因为他偶然之间掌握了一个惊人的内幕。因为他认识一个在纽约做假身份证生意的中国朋友，工厂设在澳门和广东，向美国的中国留学生供货。这一点呢，在留学生圈子里他说根本就不是个秘密。2020年7月，这个朋友告诉他，假身份证的订单激增。到了11月3号选举之夜和第2天，伊启威查看选举结果，看到票数走势，感觉不对。他回头联系了纽约那个做假身份证的朋友，聊着聊着，他发现了一些端倪。于是他开始调查，花钱钓鱼，录到了对方承认，每个月他至少印制50万张的美国假选票，3个月中印制了大约150万到160万张。而这些假选票，他说不是直接从中国运进美国的。伊启威在采访中披露了他所了解到的通路。他说自己把所有这些信息呢发给了美国主流媒体，结果没有一家愿意采访。有的说太政治敏感了，有的连一个电话核实都没有打过，直接说他是假新闻。后来辗转他联络到台湾的信传媒，才第一次把这些视频和音频公开出来，在社媒引发关注。接着2020年12月，我采访到他。这个采访当年呢，在油管上我的中英文频道发布之后，引发不少反响，其中就包括开头提到的那位西人观众。前2天在方伟时间的留言区，也有观众朋友表示，当时有看到过，但是后来呢是遭到了限制，原视频也早已下架了。6年后的今天，川普总统公布的那批解密文件，跟伊启威当年告诉我的，在多个关键点上是有高度吻合。包括中共系统性的干预美国大选，假选票通过墨西哥渠道进入美国，美国情报人员掌握信息却选择压下来，主流媒体选择回避。那我不知道伊启威所说的每一件事情是否都能够得到完全的核实，但是我知道一个人在2020年愿意站出来说这些话是需要极大的勇气的。今天这期节目，我重新发布采访的前半部分，伊启威从自己的亲身经历出发，爆料中共如何具体的干预美国大选。而后半部分呢，他说的内容也非常重要，我会在下一次发布。在这里，我欢迎其他的博主引用这段采访，只需要给辛恬面对面 credit 就好。朋友们好，欢迎来到辛恬面对面，我是辛恬，让我们一起重新听听这段6年前的对话。
Welcome to our show, Venice.
Hi.
Hi, so tell our audience about yourself.
My name is Venice Oliver, and I'm 24 years old. And my grandfather and my father, my whole family used to work for Chinese Communist Party. And for me, I used to be a Chinese citizen, but since I was young, my almost entire life get a Western education. I lived in California, lived in Boston, New York, Tokyo, and Munich. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you used to study in Stanford University, right?
I used to study in Stanford University, yes.
Yeah, and can you tell us which year?
2014.
18 years old.
18 years old.
Okay. You told us about how your grandfather was actually one of the co-founders of the People's Republic of China?
He is on the list for the co-founder of the People's Republic of China. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
Sometimes
what
you say
was
that?
That's all right. What was his position? Do you remember?
Yes, his position is like a 省厅级.
Oh, 省厅级. Uh-huh.
厅级.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In which province or city?
青海.
Qinghai. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he also worked for 中央警卫局.
Mm. So he's basically in the Chinese military.
Yes.
I see.
To
And
join the party is before the country get established.
before the Chinese Communist Party got the power.
Yes.
I see. And so how about your father? What was his position, highest position?
Well, he was the Bank of Guangda vice president.
I see.
And then after that, he joined the Chinese Yintong for the shareholder and manager in charge of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you describe your childhood, until now, the life before you spoke out?
If I get one word to describe my childhood, I can tell I guess spoiled.
Spoiled.
I get spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't realize when a kid gets spoiled, they don't realize they get spoiled.
Yeah, and looking back, you
basically for me, my family, they don't limit me a lot. They basically let me do whatever I want to do. My dad just gave me the card. I can swipe the card, and I say, oh, I don't want to stay in China. I want to go fly to somewhere to study. Then they allow me. So basically, in China, they have 9 years 应试教育. But for me, they don't give me much limited for this because I already know what should I do and in the future what they're gonna make me to do. I get so if the Xi Jinping interruption isn't happen, then most likely my life will be like in China, then go to a board study, get a degree. After I get a degree back to China, then into the Chinese government for work. Then I get nothing to concern about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so you thought you were on a path to the a Chinese government higher officials?
Well, for me, as even for the third generation,红三代, they have a different levels.
Okay.
So compared to me, my level actually is low.
Oh.
So I know even I want to be the president of China, I can't. Even for the 省长, I can't because I'm a majority. I'm a Manchurian.
You're a minority.
I'm not high national. Minority. Yeah, I'm not high national. So even I want to get in top, I can't. They only give me some a normal job or close to the power, but I can never get the power. Which means the power isn't that power. Power is that means privilege.
Privilege.
Yes. You're in that position. You can get. People cannot imagine how many privilege you can get.
Okay. Basically, you were born with your DNA. You could be privileged, but only to the certain level.
Yeah, not the high level.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay, so let's get into, if I could get into the 2020 election issue, because, it's starting to getting viral of the videos that you released. So it sounds like, you did some kind of investigation. Could you tell us about, how did you know there were fake ballots of the United States election being printed in China?
All right, first of all, because for me, it's like more accidentally I know this, not like I directly know this, because I don't know at the first beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So, as an international student in the state, especially like when they were young, they need going to club, they need to go into casino, especially when they're underage. For me too, when I was young. So we ordered the fake ID.
Fake ID.
Yeah, fake ID. Yes.
From where?
If you ask like all the age, from New York.
Okay.
And the owner is my friend.
From New York.
I know him.
Mm.
From New York. But the person, he lived in New York, but he is not. Factory is in Macau.
I see.
Yes.
He's like an agent.
It's like the agent, and collecting those orders,
Mm-hmm.
and then once they get in the orders and the order to Macau, then Macau will send the DHL ship to United States, and that is not a secret.
Mm.
In the international students, those circles, is not a secret. Everybody knows.
Mm. Could you review?
Yeah.
Could you review the agent in New York who's your friend? So he's a Chinese? American?
He's Chinese, yes.
I see. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, because this area is more like a gray area.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to go to club or casino, and they are underage. And what I can tell is those qualities the best. Mm-hmm. You cannot really tell what's the difference. And the machine can read. And later on, I can send a video as my example to this. Okay. So how this relate with a fake wallet? So let me finish this story, then you can know what's going on for this.
Sure.
So when July 2020 July, then I asked him. They just like chit chat. I said like, hey. Random talk. And so like he asked me like, oh, recently my order get increased. I'm like, wow, how many? It's like at least 20,000 per month.
For the least. ID.
Yes.
Okay.
So then, later on, August, I think it's August or September, I was watching the news. The New York just stopped for those ID.
The shipment.
They get caught the shipping. Yes. Then I'm a little curious. Then I just send a link to him. And I was like, hey, is this your products? He's like, yeah, get caught. I'm like, then I'm a little curious. Like, who's the buyer? Who's gonna buy a lot? Because first of all, I thought like just some gangster or mafia. They're gonna use this for some dirty work, some underground. So I wouldn't that much pay attention because that is not my business. Then November 3rd, then I was on plan. And before the plan get landing off, I was checking the election result. I saw that Trump, he gonna win because I'm a Trump fan. So I support for Trump, not Trump. But later on, after I back to my hotel, then I wake up, I see again, like, oh my God, that's impossible. Why those elections get just different? The Biden goes up, then Trump goes down. Then I feel like something wrong with this. So then, because during that period, everybody talking about the election result. Everybody felt. weird. People just feel odd, like what the result that thing. And for me too. And I have some resource connection too. Then I asked them. So in a case, because they have a factory in China, which means Guangdong area, they're doing the false for the receipt. Do you know the false receipt? Like you're going to buy something and they're gonna give you some like official receipt, and you get the receipt, you can avoid the tax. So they are doing something fake this.
So you
They're
knew
doing
it.
Fake.
You knew that.
Sorry.
You knew.
I knew that.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew that because for my job, I have to deal with different class people. I'm doing financial business. I'm doing different finance people, but that doesn't mean I do something illegal. Just my client, sometimes you know people, that's your connection. So then the driver license guy in New York, we talked something very deeply, and this conversation I just keep not be open the record, or somehow I get contact from this. First of all, I don't believe that thing because I felt like nobody gonna fake those things, especially in China. Then I sent my guy to get the conversation to them, but we're just talking. We're not sending anything, and the guy, of course, he's not like respond me. So, but in China, you can send some like a red packet, hongbao.
Okay.
So we send some to him.
Tips.
Yeah. Yeah, we just send some tips. Just ask him, hey, dude, do you know this? That's the most incredible thing. Is like the guy is from China. He's in Guangdong. He doesn't speak English, and he respond us like, "Oh, we know this. We got another sample." And he sent to my guy, and that makes me very curious. Then I spend like a $5,000 pretending to the customer. I'm like, "Hey, can you make this?" Then he's like, "Yeah, of course." And that's why I make the record.
The phone call.
The audio record. The phone call, yes.
In the video with your phone call, but there is also showing some video of the ballot samples, so was that video from him?
From him, I know many people are gonna say like the video looks like unusual because after I know this, I contact Taiwan. First I contact some U.S. media and press, and they gave me the response and gave my office response is because that is political, very complicated, and they just reject me. They just reject me. They don't like it. So then I sent to Taiwan. The Taiwan finally, they have one place called Xin Media, Xin Chuanmei. They took that, and so the video isn't like I put my voice and the video put together is originally is from Xin Media.
I see.
And I get like around 40 videos on my phone. And later on, I can just press. But for during this process, I trying to figure out. I'm not like because at the first beginning, I don't know the crew. I have no idea. To thought like what's the wrong, who is the right. So I don't know. But the most unbelievable thing is like during those process, I asked those press, I asked those social media, Twitter. Nobody asked me, and nobody to come to confirm, to identify this is a fake news or real news. And they just all saying this is fake. I mean, you can judge a thing, but you can't judge without your own judgment.
Yeah, without investigation, right?
Right. Nothing. They just say false, fake. At least but at least we're gonna have to. Americans very diversities. We believe the Constitution and we believe the dreams. We believe the freedom. But right now, during this process, they just want us to keep silence. They don't care the truth. They can hear then later on, many news just get out, just leaked. Voice record from CNN, that people get social security number, get voted, then change at different places. Then that's because if this just started, if only me, I won't be stand come out here. There's many new evidence comes out. That's why I decided to come to here to leak this into the public.
Understand. Yeah, so from the conversation you did with the guy in the Canton factory, what did you get the most out of it? Were you able to get like how many orders they got and when did they start, such details?
First of all, like when the first time I trying to fishing him, he stopped talking. He's not talking. He's like, I cannot tell you until I paid him $5,000. Then he opened his mouth.
Okay.
Chinese people, especially like people went through the gray area, they greedy. So I paid him, he speak. So he said 1 month he can produce at least $500,000.
1 month, $500,000.
$500,000. Yeah. So according his word, let's do the calculate, let's do the math. Around like 1.5 or 1.6 million bullets.
Oh, from the...
Then when I get the first one from the China. Yes.
How did you estimate the 1.6 million?
Because every month they said at least $500,000, and that is 3 months. So do the math. And I'm trying to get their tracking number. I have some, but unfortunately, like, in China, they have to play the white gloves, 白手套.
Which means?
Special white gloves, which means you get you pick a guy is your puppy, and you control the guy, and you never showed up. It's like you control him on the shuttle. So in China, this is not a secret. Everybody knows this, how to play the game. Many people will still thinking the Tor or Dark White or those things is a fairy tale, but it's not. It's reality. Accepted reality. So that's why they play dirty. And I'm not ashamed to say my background, because since I was a kid, I've been educated by this stuff.
How?
Which means, what do you mean how?
Like
how they teach?
Yeah. What did they teach you?
When I was a kid, I have to be forced. You have to go to the table to drink with them, except chairs or something. And when I was very young, I know I have to be attention, and I have to see everybody's face, remember their name, because my family told me, these people? These people, maybe he's from blah, blah, which department, these people, blah, blah, from where. You have to say, hey, uncle, blah, blah, blah. So which means I have to hide my emotion. For a 10 years old kid, I have to hide my emotion. Even the event is very late, I have to keep awake. I cannot show my emotion to their, I'm tired, mom, I want to go to bed. I can't. And when they do the chairs, you have to do lower than this. If you higher, this means very incorporated.
Yeah.
Very rude. And how you use the chopstick, and they're gonna teach you, you have to listen to the party. The party, when you graduate, you join the party. You have to 报效祖国.
Yeah, be loyal to Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, be loyal to the party, be loyal to this, but that's
you mentioned
yes.
You mentioned that you were also taught to laundry money at young.
Yes. Well, technically, it's not laundry money because that's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like illegal, but there are many ways, certain ways you can do this illegal. First, get shell company, foundation, and you're just moving. Those kind of details. Since I was young, my dad told me, because my dad, he was in bank. I asked him like, hey dad, can you tell me how the bank, how this works, how you get profit? Then my dad just told me a very simple code. You get the meat from the refrigerator. You take it out, you put in. Normal people think you get nothing, but you get stink oil on your hand. He said that's the interest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the fake ballot thing. So once they printed it in the factory in Canton, do you know what they do with it? How do they get them into the United States?
Or first, you cannot directly into the United States. They have to ship in from, because I have a field tracking number. If you took this number, they're not directly to the state. First they go to Canada or Mexico. Then from there, just like a narcos drug business. And back to there, you have to deal with local narcos or local gangster, and they figure out this or somehow. In that part, I have some crew in New York and Massachusetts, I know, but other than that, I don't have more information. And this time is from July to October.
Okay.
Yeah. Because first, the printing the ballots is not completely. For some tech, they cannot fake. They have to do the second time.
Where do they do the second round, do you think?
I don't know. I think probably Canada. Canada or Mexico or some border place. I mean, they have to get low profile. And that isn't just like they prepare for like 3 months or 2 months. Because for those ID, at least I know, it's like 1 year. That's 1 year ago they got order for that.
Mm-hmm. So in New York, do you have any idea where their shipment could be? Like, from, you mentioned they probably, go to New York, they will come from Canada, right?
Brooklyn, Flushing, if you go there is like well, for some people name I can tell on this interview, but you can get a crack, you can get weed in there. I mean, those gray area, you cannot just go to the a print factory, say, hey, I want to print something. You have to deal with this with the people in underground world. And that world in those words, that's different, very different role. Not say luckily or unfortunately, but I'm dealing with different people. So that's why.
I see. Okay. So your friend in New York who dealt with the fake ID, so am I understanding right that you got the fake ballot thing also from him? How they could correlate the fake ID and the fake ballot?
Okay, first of all, if you just use the fake ID in some state, in the machine, they cannot. You have to use the ballot with your ID. But the ID, if you check on the system, some system won't show the face. They only show the name. That's why the dead people, the social security number, once you get those information, you can hire some people on the street, use their face, but the information is other people. And then you can pass for the ballot. And then we don't have to mention about the system. They get cheat on system. Because it very depending on the different state and how they cheat. In some state, they cannot cheat on the system. They just do the fake ballot. And that, what I'm saying, not only I saying this, you can check on the our president's the Twitter. They have a video shows they switched for those ballots.
Mm-hmm.
And this word not only come from me. That's a lot of people saying this. And if you can check the time of the Xin medium, I get all the records. It's not like just like a conspiracy. It's more like we're talking the reality, what's happening here.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any information from inside China about how the Chinese government get their hands on the United States election?
Well, as far as I know, this has been a decade for many years since they joined the WTO. So first of all, they trying to use the money since I was young because my here I want to talk about my background because my mom, she working for the Chinese government party. She is in 国台办, National Taiwan Relationship Office. So and then she studied at the Beijing University. And there have like a MBA, 总裁班, you know, all the rich chairman, CEO, they get into there. And every summer, when I finish my school, I'm back to Beijing, then I join their meeting too. Because my mom wanted to train me to learn something after I graduate.
Mm-hmm.
But so during that class, it's not like actually you're going to there learn something. Is you're going to there exchange your resource, which means you get higher resource, you get higher class, you get higher profit. But that is not only for this action is not by those CEOs. It actually they have to follow by the party. The party give them order, they get close to those politicians. First, they're trying to use the money to bribe them, but you know that was like 10 years ago. They don't know the role. Of course, it's real. So, but that is not the most terrible thing. They get strong. First of all, they say like, okay, we join the world. We're trying to use the money, and we're trying to get on with those, for example, president or vice president or chancellor, congressman. But then they realized if they just bought their head, it's not working. Because there isn't like China. You bought a mayor, then everything becomes through or pass. Have you the green light? Because United States, you know, have the Congress, the many people, members, House, you know, a lot of meeting. Then once they follow, they start to learn it. They send the exchange student J1, F1 to United States to learn this system. The most terrible thing is they learn it, they come back against the system. Use the corrupt way to doing that. They're still growing. They're sending the cultural effect, trying to brainwash the whole world because they're using the money, then they thought, okay, it's not working, then let's try something else. They're trying to use the system. If the guy is against China, then they'll support his enemy because enemy's enemy is friend. Once his friend get elected, well, they in the back, they win. And also Huawei, and also those people from CSSA.
Tell us about CSSA.
中国学生学者联合会.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that name in English.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're spy. Because I know them.
Okay.
好，这就是这个采访的上半部分。其实为了呈现给大家，我和制作团队连夜赶出翻译和字幕制作等等，还有剪辑这样的节目呢，确实会花很多的时间和精力。在这里呢，我要感谢有2位观众朋友最近亲自向我表示要捐款支持辛恬面对面，我非常的感动，真的非常谢谢你们。那 那观众朋友，如果您也想用另外一种方式来支持我们节目的话，可以考虑我们赞助商蓝莓优品这次特别为美国建国250周年推出的海德双煥珍品组合，把健康和感恩一起送给您最在乎的人。组合里有2样东西，应该说是3样东西。一个呢就是济州岛的红海参养生胶，来自于韩国济州岛火山海域，由海女手工采摘的野生红海参，可以支持关节灵活度、皮肤弹性和睡眠节律。还有就是这个德国的 Marola 玻尿酸急救面膜2盒它有高浓度的玻尿酸生成锁水，很多人就说比去了美容院做护理还有感觉，尤其是现在夏天干燥和日晒，我自己呢用的感觉也是非常的好。同时你还会得到赠品，那就是250周年典藏9具一套。那么这整个的组合价原价要将近461美元，活动价368美元，再输入我的折扣码 Cathy 就可以享受85折，所以真的是机会难得。而这个赠品数量有限送完即止，所以感兴趣的朋友呢，点击上方链接或者在节目描述栏里找到购买方式。好，那我们来做个总结。一起微爆料的核心是他亲自调查、亲自花钱调出来的第一手信息，就是广东工厂每个月印制50万张假的美国选票，通过加拿大和墨西哥的毒枭渠道进入美国，而他把这些信息送去美国主流媒体，没有一家愿意碰。6年后，这些事情出现在了川普总统的全国电视讲话里。他的后半部分采访呢，他会说更多关于中共如何透过中国学生学者联合会监控留学生，关于他怎么样决定脱离这个体系，以及他对美国这个国家的真实感受。想不错过下一期节目发布的话，请记得订阅辛恬面对面，打开小铃铛。如果您觉得这个采访有价值，请转发给你身边你觉得需要看到这些信息的朋友。其他博主呢，如果想引用也欢迎，只需要给辛恬面对面 credit 就好。好，我是辛恬，我们就下次节目再见喽，拜拜！订阅辛恬面对面频道，并打开小铃铛，这样就不会错过最新的视频节目了。